Uh-oh, it's that time of the year again. Christmas. It's Christmas. What did they say on bottom with the late Rick Mayall and Adrian Evanson said, "Oh, it's Christmas." And we said, "Why are we having sprouts?" "I ate sprouts because it's Christmas." Oh, yeah, Christmas. And for me, my version of, I don't mind sprouts actually, but my version of sprouts is, "Why are we having dusting? Because it's Christmas." Oh, here we go. It's probably harder to tell actually this time. Let's just have a quick zoom in and see how. Yeah, it's pretty dusty. It's pretty dusty. Yes, it's not brilliant. Oh, you can see it there. Oh, it looks like the Ardennes offensive. Come on. Oh, here we go again. Zoom back and have another look. Yes, well, it's not so you can't see it on this one because I've got those mats down, but it's the top one. You really do notice it on the top. Perhaps it's just dust the top one, but look at all these pieces I've got to remove. I've got all these characters. I've got the cat. Where is it? There's a little pussy cat. Got all this to remove. Oh, it's going to be an absolute nightmare, isn't it, really? I hate it. I don't put this on for the camera. I bloody well hate this job. I always think, oh, it's Christmas, oh great, oh no. There is no escaping it. There's just no escaping it, I'm afraid. It's just going to be a complete pain in the backside, isn't it? Again, maybe I should do a video. Maybe I'll do a video of me actually doing the dusting. You can see the procedure and how these just take over the house. There's so many of them. Because don't forget, I've got the other set as well. Let me show you. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Oh, he flicks the switch and nothing happens because it's not plugged in. 1 second. Slight problem. There we are. There we go. And we've got this one as well. And this is just as bad, if not worse, because if we look at the top layer, all the Matchbox armour kits. Can you see them? Let's just go in a bit closer. Here we go. German Firefly, Sturmgeschütz. We've got a Tiger. Actually, that's not Matchbox. Dragon. Then we've got the Hanomag half track. Then we've got the American M16 half track. Then we've got the Chaffee M24. By the way, Phil Flory accused me of never having done a Matchbox March last week. I did that for Matchbox March about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I think. Whenever what's his name died, George Segal, he died, and I did it as a tribute. Then we've got the Humber, then we've got the Puma. Sorry, I know the lighting's not brilliant here. Then we've got the Comet, Jagdpanther, and the T-34. And then at the back, of course, you've got the sorry, we've lost everything. At the back, you've got the Spitfires. Just come back a bit. That's better. Back you've got Spitfire, Hurricane, Zero, another Spitfire. These two Spitfires at this end are the Tamiya 1994. Spitfire over here is the Tamiya 2019. And that god-awful Hurricane from Artillery masqueraded as a Tamiya, but wasn't. Anyway, down here we've got some beauties. We've got Messerschmitt BF 109 G6 from Tamiya. Its crew working on it. We've got Tamiya's 190, FW 190 in the background. Then we've got the lovely Meng 32nd scale ME 163B Comet. V2 rocket. The V1 rocket in the foreground. Messerschmitt 262 109E from the Battle of Britain in the background. And then the 262 48 scale from Tamiya. Yeah, the one in the background is the Matchbox. Shh, I built a Matchbox, don't tell anybody. And then down here we've got Tamiya 48 scale Thunderbolt, Hasegawa, the card door version of the Typhoon. And then we've got our jets. Mirage 3 from Edward, very challenging kit that was. Lots of issues, and then less issues in fairness on the Revell F-15E Strike Eagle. Then we've got Mosquito 148 scale from Tamiya. Whoops. We've got our crew here with it as well, look. And the little Austin truck. Yeah, some nice stuff. And then on the shelf below, we've actually got the Lotus Esprit shelf, would you believe? It's all Lotus Esprits. Many of them are the Bond versions. We've got the Spy Who Loved Me, of course, with the submarine there. Car form, submarine form. And then here we've actually got the one from For Your Eyes Only, the Turbo Esprit. Not very well illuminated, I appreciate, but then again we've got the Spy Who Loved Me and the submarine one. We've got a black and gold one, which we've got very big problems with our focus here. Illumination's very poor, sorry about that. Another Spy Who Loved Me variant, whoops. Another Spy Who Loved Me variant at the back. Most of these are Corgi, but this one isn't. It's Italian, I can't remember who it is actually. But it slipped my mind. It's a special, oops, it's a special edition thing. And then at the bottom we've got the traditional stuff. We've got the Matchbox Phantom, Airfix Nat, Matchbox Harrier, Matchbox the Hurricane, the big Airfix Buccaneer, and then we've got the Airfix 72nd scale. Oops. A little bit of trouble with my gimbal, if you just bear with me, folks. Just in a bit of trouble with the staff here, it's not really working too well. Let's try again. That's better. Yeah, so we've got the Airfix, the big Buccaneer 48 scale. We've got the nice, very nice little 72nd scale Spitfire. Matchbox's Tempest. And the Beaufighter. An unpainted Matchbox Corsair. A7D. At the back, the slightly iffy, especially the paint job. There isn't one. The Revell Lightning. So there you have it. That's my sort of collection, really. Plenty to see there. It's not a case of nothing to see here. There's plenty to see here. There we are. Give you a bit more of a feel for it. A bit closer. Trouble is, this is a bit like a model show. You can just zoom around so fast nobody gets to see it properly. Let's just take a little bit more time with them. There we go. It's better. My camera's had an update and it now zooms up to 4, which it didn't before, which I'm not a big fan of because it's not a real optical zoom. It's a digital zoom. I think you lose a lot of quality by doing that. There's our Edward 0. Anyway, that's kind of it, really. Hope that's of interest to you. The lighting isn't great. It looks all right here though, but because the camera is trying to compensate, and that makes it look darker than it actually is. That's always a difficulty. So there's my row of Matchbox armour. They're cute, aren't they? None of this is done to the highest modelling standards because I didn't think that was appropriate somehow. It just makes them look like something else, and I always wanted them to look just like Matchbox, you know. Yeah, I was trying to keep the character, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway. There we go. Gives you a bit of an idea, doesn't it, of the challenge that is ahead. Normally I do this all in one sitting. Takes about 3 to 4 hours. It's an entire afternoon, you know. So I normally do it on Christmas Eve, although I've started doing it early. It's a bit foolish, really, because it gets in the way of other things. My wife's cooking and she gets cross because the issue is you create more dust by actually doing the job if you're not careful. So you need to take the models out and dust the models away from the cabinet, and then not introduce, you've got to dust your cabinet down, but then you've got to, it takes time to get them back in the right positions. Obviously, it's a lot of fiddling around and figures keep falling over, you know. So you've got to take your time, and in doing that, you introduce more dust. So what I try to do is the big stuff, I move it well away, and I have the smaller stuff that's nearby. Just logistically, it works a bit better like that, really. But always by the end, I'll finish off and I'll start seeing specks of dust again. You know, I mean, you can see it here. If I just zoom you in, actually, you can see the dust. Look very closely. See it? You can see it, can't you? That's 12 months of dust. Okay. And it's always very evident on the top shelf where your eye level is. Look beyond, it's definitely like dandruff, isn't it? So it definitely. Whoops. Oh, no, that wasn't too good, was it? Sorry about that. Nobody wants to see that when they're contemplating some Christmas dinner. But it's a big job, you know. It's a big job. I mean, I could leave it till New Year or whatever, but it's part of sitting down on Christmas Day and thinking, oh, that's all clean and dusted, you know. My brother-in-law usually comes around and says, oh, it looks great, you know. So it's like, oh, well, if he thinks it looks good, it must be pretty good. And it's just one of those things that has to be done, I suppose. So did you notice one thing I didn't highlight? Did you notice my little tempest? Little tempest, look. See that? Yeah, just in the cabinet there. So yes, just got to be done really. So what I might do, I might actually do a film because I'm all no gloves on today, but I'm all gloved up obviously when I'm going to touch these things. You've got to because got central heating on. It's quite warm, and that doesn't help either. Actually, the fact that it's warm. So I think doing it around lunchtime is better because the house goes a bit cooler. I don't have the central heating on at lunchtime. Between mid-morning and mid-afternoon it's off, so it's probably cooler then. Helps a little bit. The cat's usually asleep as well, won't be paddering around and stirring up the dust, running around like she does. And speaking of her, on the other channel you'll be getting some of the cat soon. Pee-wee. Pee-wee goes rogue, coming very, very soon. Anyway, there we go. So that's the dusting, the challenge ahead, the mountain to climb. I just want to say, just going back to the shelves, actually, I think that the Lotus Esprit shelf, it's had its sort of 12 months or so now, so I think that's gonna change because I need to generate some space for the forthcoming mosquito. What you say? Mosquito's ready? No, it's nowhere near. It's 12 months away, I think. Because somebody said, well, "Are you gonna have it finished for Christmas?" I said, "Yes, I will." Christmas 2026, yeah, which is realistic. Starting to get on with it now, but I do need to create space, in the cabinet. And those cars are, they're very nice, but not my own work, obviously. So, apart from the Porsche, of course, I say not my own work, but that red Porsche, where is it? There it is. That's my own work. That was my first ever car, I think, that I built. Model car. That dates back to 1982, would you believe that, Kit? Amazing, isn't it? That's my oldest. Too close. My oldest kit, my oldest model, finished model. So that is, what's that? 43, coming up to 44 years old. Incredible. So how old will I be when I built that? About 16? Incredible. Good kit though, good kit. It's got a motor in it, so you can stick batteries in it and runs round and round in circles on the carpet. Not radio control that. Anyway, so there we go. So that's the dusting mountain I've got to climb, still to come. Plenty to do. So before I go, just let me take a last quick look at some of these, and you can see some of the figures. Look like they're in silhouette, don't they? Let me just see if I can improve the light a little bit. Just get the lights on a little bit more light. Not made much difference, has it really? Because your eye compensates more than the camera can. It's the old story. They all think these cameras are perfect, but they can't do what your eye and your brain can do. It would look a lot less dark if you were stood here looking at them, I can assure you. There we go. There you go. A warp-free 109 G6. Oops. I'm not allowed to talk about that. Anyway. Okay, so that's it for now from me. Hope the little tour was interesting, and I'll probably do another quick, perhaps a montage or something of me doing all the blooming dusting, which I hate. It's just got to be done. It's just got to be done. If I had more sealed cabinets, I think it would be less of an issue, the dust. But then if you have sealed cabinets, you can't really have the lights because the heat builds up real fast. You'll find that people with sealed cabinets that have got lights, they tend to find that things like the decals start peeling and stuff like that because the heat from the lights can't escape, which is what you want it to do. Anyway, there you go. I'll be back soon to talk about this and perhaps show you some quick pickies, or maybe even a quick bit of film of the Herculean task that it is again. People seem to always enjoy it, and I think they sit back and think, oh, it's like sadomasochism, isn't it? They enjoy my pain. There's a bit of additional footage of my pre-clean cabinet where you can see all of the dust. Look at that dust. That's not cool, is it? I don't know where it comes from, really. It's just the fact they're not sealed, you know. They have a gap if you look very closely here. There's an air gap. There it is. This is the offending item. That's a gap. Let the heat out, you see. So that is the problem. And this is what causes some of the issues. Anyway. There's the Spitfire. Know all about them now, don't I? There's the Sea Harrier. Yeah. And the Wing. I was calling Wing Commander, which is wrong, of course. It's Commanding Officer Flight Squadron 801 Squadron. Sharky Ward, but unfortunately, because of the lighting, you can't see his face, which is a real shame. Never mind. We've seen that before, of course. And we've got the Mustang at this end. A bit lower down, we've got the famous motorbike, probably my greatest build in terms of perfection. Got Mario Andretti's Lotus 79. Steve McQueen's Le Mans Porsche 917, 917K, short tail version, of course. And the Brabham fan car with its great big bin lid. Yeah. And then you've got Senna's McLaren from 1991, the MP46. Down below we've got the Vulcan. We have got something rather special at the back because my dad made it just shortly before his death, actually, in 2008. It's the Matchbox Strikemaster, BAC Strikemaster Jet Provost. So it's got a special place in the cabinet. And then we've got the MiG-25 Foxbat from ICM, which is very nice. And then, of course, TSR2. What would have been, could have been, should have been 13 squadron colours. Is it 13? I think that's 15 squadron. I'm sure I've got that right. Anyway, it's the what if scheme. It should be a fox on the tail if it was 13 squadron. And then we've got the Scorpion. Yeah, it's quite a good old collection, isn't it, really? And it's just all got to be dusted. Okay. Anyway, I'll more on that shortly. And until then, bye for now.